The road ahead, March 2022 is finally here, ladies and gentlemen, and we have got some very long-awaited changes coming to Galaxy of Heroes, particularly in Grand Arena. A couple things are missing from the road ahead that I was really hoping to see. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I want to start by getting really excited about Grand Arena finally adjusting when the roster lock happens. We are now going to be seeing the roster lock happen at the very end of the phase, or at the end of the join phase. You can join whenever, and whatever your roster looks like right as the phase goes live is what will happen. And then we will also be able to edit our defenses.
And there was much rejoicing.
I cannot tell you how much of a big quality of life improvement that is, along with other things. So let's get into it. Here is the post right here, and I've already watched the video through. I do recommend watching this. We're not going to watch the whole thing right now, but just to highlight a couple things here. Number one, we've got let's see here, the Grand Arena defense setup tool. Well, you know what? Let's actually just read the post. I think they probably cover everything in this post, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Welcome to the March 22 road ahead for Galaxy of Heroes. We have a packed schedule. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just get into it. Title update, Grand Arena quality of life. We have a huge title update for Grand Arena Championships at the end of this month. We looked at some of the most common complaints players had about the Grand Arena experience and hope to address many of those in the title update. The first major change on deploying defenses with the new edit defensive tool on the Grand Arena Championship screen. So the way this is going to basically function is kind of like a Grand Arena squad selector, which I think is really, really solid. And something you're going to notice here when you look at this is 3v3 is one of the options there for this. So this confirms subtly that 3v3 is not gone forever. They probably are just doing 5v5 back-to-back here because they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Star Killer. And so, love it or hate it, that's pretty much confirmed here in my view based on the two tabs there. And so what you're going to be able to go in here and do is have your defenses sitting there, edit them during the phase. It's fantastic. So players will be able to set their defenses at any time before the setup phase finishes. You can even set them before Grand Arena begins. The squads you set in the defense tool are stored between events as well, so you only have to set your defenses once and then update them as you get new units and upgrade your characters. This tool will update the number of zones you can set as you move between divisions and leagues. And this is really good as well. Something that I really like about this is having it persist between phases means that there's a lot less likelihood that you're going to run into somebody who auto-deploys, because somebody will, in theory, only need to really set their roster once, and then it's just going to kind of be consistent. Maybe they update it, maybe they don't, but it'll kind of help mitigate some of those auto placements. Nobody likes going against an auto place. So bravo, CG. I am the Grand Arena fan in me is beyond hype about that tool. That's something we've really needed, and I'm super stoked that they did it. As part of our new feature, one seemingly small but quite exciting change, that's like exactly what he said in the video, pertaining to GAC signups, is the roster lock. After these changes, players will be able to sign up at any time during the sign-up phase, but players can relock their roster at any time during the sign-up phase to update your GAC squads with the latest upgrades and mods. No more waiting until the last minute to sign up and lock your best roster. That's worded a little bit funny. The video said it a little bit more clear. Basically, your roster, it'll take a snapshot of your roster, the mods, and everything when the sign-up phase is over and the attack phase, or the roster what am I trying to say? Once the phase begins, then that snapshot will happen when you see your opponents, and then it will be locked. So, good to know. And here's another big quality of life improvement. I like how they're showing the Rose Tico Omicron. We do have the Omicron visual showing up here. And it looks like the video didn't show this, but this is showing this. That will include the relic tier there. Maybe, or no, that's probably just how many Omicrons there are. And so I wonder how that will work. Maybe this will address this down below. How that will look with relic levels. We will see here. There are a few other important changes with the title update that aren't directly related to Grand Arena. Just like the recent update to show enemy squads on the squad arena setup screen. Fleet battles will now show a preview of the squad you're facing. And just like the enemy squad preview, this will be visible in all PvP modes with the fleet setup screens. Now, this is one thing that this is where the first disappointment is for me. As I started getting into fleet, I thought we were going to maybe see that fleet squad selector finally show up. Appears to be absent from this road ahead. And so, yet again, we're going to be waiting for when that is going to be addressed. I'm continually disappointed without that. I think that is a major quality of life improvement this game desperately needs. So, a little bit disappointed to see that not included here. There is one more quality of life item to mention. Players can now see which characters have an Omicron indicated by a new badge on character portraits. Just like Zetas, you can now see this on many screens in the game. And so you can see that there, and you can see it there. But here's what I'm confused. Oh, relics are showing up in the middle. Okay, so they're putting relics in the middle. I'm just noticing that. Relics used to be over here. They're not mentioning it, but they're showing it. Relics will now show up here in the middle, and Omicron's off to the side. So that is good to know, and here's what that looks like there. Very good. Glad they did that. Had a feeling they would probably address that pretty soon. All of these changes will go into effect the next title update and will be available for the 4th season of the new Grand Arena Championships. All right. Razor Crest blueprints are basically, I'm not going to read this. Basically, they're going to be showing up in the Fleet Arena store now, which is really good to see. You can still buy them for crystals, and they'll still show up in Conquest stores, but they're going to kind of filter those there. And then there also, it says they're maintaining many ways to unlock Razor Crest. We're exploring a few other options in the future as more Conquest characters come up on their 1-year release for anniversary. So it appears like as soon as we hit that 1-year release, that's when they're going to come up with other ways to do this. With Razor Crest, it made sense for Fleet Arena Store, but I don't think this necessarily means that we're going to see Ahsoka Tano in Fleet Arena. I think that they might have that show up somewhere else, and so stay tuned for that. Jabba Scavenger update. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure exactly what this is going to look like yet, but shifting gears, no pun intended, the Scavenger, the Salvager will be experiencing some big changes after the next title update. If you head over to the friendly but accident-prone Jawa in the corner of the cantina, you'll find he's now offering to craft gear for you. Normal holding on to one character at gear 7 to craft a specific gear piece to break down for relics. So basically what some people would do is they'd hold on to one character like Mob Enforcer, and there'd be specific pieces of gear that were higher value targets for relic materials. Now you can just do that with the Scavenger instead of going in the character screen to do that. I think that's pretty solid. All right, and then we already know about Mace Windu. Really not much more to talk about there. But check it out. We are getting the Grand Inquisitor as a legendary event. This is very exciting. I think we assumed we get Grand Inquisitor. Something that's kind of exciting about this that's worth mentioning is we're going to have 6 total Inquisitors, with 5 Inquisitor marquee characters and the legendary event Inquisitor. So I'm assuming because it's a legendary event, this means you need those 5. Well, we know that we need those 5 Inquisitors probably at 5 stars just to unlock the Grand Inquisitor at 5 stars, all of them at 7 stars to get him at 7. The Inquisition has begun. We introduced a number of new Inquisitor units over the past few months, and today we are announcing the path to the dark side leads to the Grand Inquisitor. While each marquee Inquisitor targets a specific Jedi to take down, the Master of the Inquisitorius has the power to challenge the Galactic Legend, or a Galactic Legend Jedi in Territory Wars. So he is going to have a TW Omicron. I'm a little bit disappointed by that. The Grand Arena fan in me, if you're a Territory War junkie, you're not going to be disappointed by that. But I would love to be able to take the Grand Inquisitor against a Galactic Legend Jedi in Grand Arena. But still, sounds like the squad's going to be pretty good against all Jedi anyway. So that is good to see. A couple notes here focused on the new Purge mechanic. The squad will still be a force to be reckoned with when facing Jedi. And I think that's saying outside of Territory Wars. The Grand Inquisitor will be earned from a new legendary event. Stay tuned to forums for more information. And I think they might have shown, I'm trying to remember, in the video here at the top. Let's see here. I think they might have shown character art for him. I was kind of peeking at it while I was driving. which is maybe not the best. But let's see here. That's the character art we've seen already for the 3 Inquisitors we have had. Yeah, this looks like Galaxy of Heroes art right here to me. That versus this. Yeah, that right there looks like it's from the show. This feels like Galaxy of Heroes art right here, which is great to see. I think fans of Rebels will be really happy to note that they're going with the Rebels appearance of the Inquisitor, not the Kenobi show appearance of Inquisitor, which I think is pretty solid. So anyway, good to know. Good stuff there. So there's nothing really bad in the road ahead at all. I'm really happy about everything coming here. I am a little disappointed that we didn't have any mention of the gear addressing, the gear crunch that they've been addressing since, it's been over 6 months now. They introduced phase 1 of how they're kind of alleviating the gear crunch in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And there was going to be phase 2. I kind of assumed that would be a focal point of this road ahead, and it really wasn't. So I'm a little disappointed by that. I have to be honest. I really feel like that's something that I've been waiting for. I think all of you have been waiting for too. I don't know what's taking that so long. I almost would appreciate at least some mention or reference of what the plan is with that. Are we still getting that? What's the holdup? When can we expect to see some updates on that? And we're really just not seeing that yet. But other than that, I mean, we already know about the Mace Windu rework. That's fantastic. Excited about the Grand Inquisitor. And let's be real, guys. These changes to Grand Arena have been very needed and I think are fantastic as well. I think if we're doing a quality of life update, there's probably more quality of life updates that could have been included in here. But I don't want to get too nitpicky here because I think what we did get is great and a very big quality of life update. This is a huge adjustment to how we're going to play Grand Arena that I think is very positive for the game. So let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the conversation below. And be sure to drop a like on the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Believe it or not, over 50% of you guys that watch these videos aren't even subscribed to this channel. So be sure to sub on your way out as well. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, my brothers, don't forget.